Dallas County is now taking steps to clean up its mess with mail-in ballots. You know, last summer we broke several stories about allegations of voter fraud. Mail-in ballots were at the center of each of those cases. They still remain vulnerable to this day to fraud. Now, though, the county is limiting them partially. Wade Emmert is an attorney. He's a former chairman of the Dallas County Republican Party and one person we often call on for questions about election law. Good to see you, man.
Thank you, Jason.
Explain what the county commissioners did and the significance here.
All right, so in order to get a mail ballot, you have to apply for it, and you have to do it a certain amount of time before the election. The county is simply taking steps to not print as many of these mail-in ballot applications as they have before. Does it affect fraud, or is it just a budgeting issue? Frankly, it's a budget issue. This has nothing to do with voter fraud. And the political campaigns can't come in and just grab stacks of these like they used to. But candidates can still come in and get as many as they want, right? Yeah, so there is an underbelly to the way elections are conducted that most people don't even realize. What do you mean? Most of the mail-in ballots, well, all the mail-in ballots have to pass through a signature verification board, and these people look at the signature of the person who requested the ballot and the signature of the person who signed the ballot to see if they look the same. And of course, they err on the side of accepting ballots. But that creates an opportunity for those who want to game the system to submit a bunch of fraudulent mail-in ballots to cast votes for their candidate of choice. These applications are still freely available on the website. In fact, I printed this out from the Dallas County website just moments ago. So this has nothing to do with curbing the actual election fraud that's occurring. And as the Dallas Observer said online, this is all about the county just turning off its printer, saving a little cash. I'm all for saving cash, but let's not drop the ball on actually addressing real voter fraud. You and I both know mail-in ballots still remain vulnerable to fraud. What would you like to see happen? Well, I think there's three things you have to do. You have to increase penalties for violations, and the legislature has done that this last session with Senate Bill 5. But you also have to create a mechanism to catch these people. As it stands, most people don't even realize this counting in the signature verification board even exists. We have to have a mechanism in place to catch those who would commit fraud. And then three, we have to have actual steps to prosecute these people. And up to this point, there just hasn't been a lot of prosecutions for this type of fraud. That's my next question. Segued perfectly into it, Wade. Dallas County DA's office and the Attorney General have been investigating since our stories last year. One low-level player charged. We haven't seen anything else. Now, investigations clearly take time. Do you think we're going to see any big fish get fried? You've got to have a mechanism to catch them. I mean, until you have that mechanism in place, you can start chipping away at some of the lower hanging fruit here, but you're not going to solve the ultimate problem. I mean, our system, as great as it it creates an opportunity for this type of fraud that we simply are not addressing. When and if something happens with prosecution, we'll make sure to call back on you again. Wade, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.